What it is, what it is, what it is, YouTube. You know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Let's kick it.
It likes to run, it loves to jump, no one could ever stop. A big or small party, it will be there, no matter where or when. A moose on a loose, a moose on a loose, it'll be party all day long. A moose on a loose, a moose on a loose, what are you waiting for?
Filler music. What is filler music? And why is it so important for me to shoot a video on it? Let's get into it. Okay, so y'all are familiar with weddings. Y'all familiar with parties. Okay, so when you're DJing, because sometimes you have to pay attention. And what I'm saying is this: when somebody puts a request in, it won't be played right off. It never does. Because of the simple fact of timing. Let's say, and I do this on purpose sometimes, and DJs can bash me on this all they want. They say quick ins and outs of songs, but when you're getting a request from somebody and you're sitting here doing a fast mix, you cannot do requests. This is why they don't want to do requests. And I'm going to share that with you. Why DJs don't take requests is because they want a fast mix. They don't want to stay in the song. They feel two courses and a verse or whatever, they want to get in and out of a song because they feel that that's what the client wants. They want to get in and out, get in and out. That's the bar setting. The bar setting DJ will get into and out of songs and be transparent like that. Sometimes as mobile DJ, especially when you're in karaoke, you will not be able to pull that off. You will not be able to pull that one off. That's something that's a gray area. I'm going to tell you this. Your market is different from other people's markets. Now, mind you, the kids are getting younger and they want to hear different things. But I'm going to tell you something. I did this event. It was the what was it? Oh yeah, it was the bro mitzvah. When I did the bro mitzvah, they came to me. The brother and the mother came to me, and actually the stepfather. He was actually the stepfather, real cool. He comes up to me and he goes, "Look, this is the stepfather that told me this." He goes, "Look, we like whole songs. We understand that you got a craft that you like to mix. It's okay to mix. But when we get to dancing, we want to hear the whole thing." Now I'm going to tell you something. From the time that I started that music to the time I ended, I wish I would have YouTubed that video. I wish I was into YouTube back then, because that would probably be that'd probably be a million view event, because it was on it. There was a bar, and this is where filler music comes in. I'm sharing this with you. Filler music comes in is because you want to have the attention of the people at all times. And when you're doing karaoke, and you're doing the DJ, when they ask you for a karaoke DJ, simply this is what they're asking for. We want to sing. We want to have an opportunity to sing. Not necessarily that somebody will sing, but we want to have that opportunity. We want to have a microphone and we want a device. Okay. The device will be paired with the Bluetooth device. And it'll be paired with my phone. So it can go ahead and get carried on too. Which is really nice because I like Bluetooth because it doesn't knock out the Wi-Fi on the iPad, actually. It doesn't. I did have some problems with the TV and the wire going from the TV to the computer. There was glitch. There was maybe a 3-second delay in the music from the TV to the song. So that's why I don't use the TV anymore. That's why I'm using what I'm using. But filler music fills that void. Because what you're going to want to do is you're setting the ambience to party. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I have these people partying from 2 to 6. They might even hire. I might even get hired for longer. I might end up staying till 8. I don't know just yet. But once I get started, yeah, I might end up being up there for 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. But it's 2 to 6. It'll go by quick. And they're going to have dinner and whatever. It's just going to go by real quick. It's going to have a lot of fun. We have to be there at noon to get set up. No, I take it back. I'm going to be there at 11:30. I'm going to be there at 11:30. That way I can get set up by 1:30, which is about 2 hours, which it doesn't take me that long to get set up. But that's what I need. And because what I like to do is I like to play 15 minutes before the time of the party. And what I'll do is when the party starts, and because I'm going to tell you something. If I don't know how many times you've been to a party, the party starts at 2 o'clock. The guests don't start coming until about 3, 4 o'clock. But the guests will be there about 3. I'm taking about 3 o'clock. Unless they're potential. But normally, when I start a party, and I have to do a re-announcement. But usually I wait till everybody gets there and then I make the big announcement. So it's not right when I get started. Trust me. It doesn't work like that. Unless everybody's there. And then that's where the filler music comes in. You fill till you can't fill anymore. And then pretty much when 6 o'clock hits, if they come up to me a little earlier and say when they go ahead and book it for some more, they go ahead and book them more. And then we go from there. So that's how it works. And my rates are a lot higher, but I usually end up getting paid really nice and handsomely after the event is placed. I get paid 2 days before the event, but then after I usually get a good bonus, so a good tip. The first wedding I did, the bride, but the last song, the bride actually passed out a tip jar. So evidently I did something right. I did something right. And I want you to know that. Filler music is just that. Fill what needs to be filled. Where do you get the filler music? You get it from the client. So pick the brain of the client. Pick the brain of the client. Don't just assume And when they're done sending you a list, you ask them, are you sure there's nothing else that you want to hear? Because that's what I did, and that's how I do it. That's why I send the client, when I send a packet, I'm actually send a packet from now on, a PDF packet. I'm going to make a PDF packets and send them. I think that's how I'll upload it to. I was trying to figure out what that black thing is on the screen. I thought the screen was going out. Anyway, so PDF. And usually I've been sending Google Docs, but I'm going to start sending a PDF, and they can do what they have to do and print it out if they have to. A lot of people like Google Docs. I might PDF to Google. I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet. But being said, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and ring that bell. And so on. And like the video. And like the video. Share the video. Yeah, share the video. Share it to somebody that might need to hear about filler music. If you found something that's useful in this video, please leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Filler music is always constantly needed at events. I don't care if you're doing weddings, parties, bar mitzvahs, quinceaneras. Quinceaneras is a big one. It's like a wedding, it's even worse. If you ain't done a quinceanera yet, trust me, because there's a dance for everything. The timeline for a quinceanera is beautiful. If you ever get a chance to read up on it, type in timeline for quinceaneras, and you'll understand what I'm saying. That the quince is just a beautiful thing to a girl turning 15, because that's what it is. They're turning 15 years old. It's actually a custom from Puerto Rico, which anyway, I'm telling the secret. You need to read up on it. Other cultures, it's beautiful. I love reading up on culture, especially when I do cultural videos, cultural weddings and cultural events. Hopefully I'll be able to do the quince. Now my daughter and my granddaughter will be turning 16 the same year, so I will be doing, and they're doing 12. So when that happens, I'll shoot the video of them. It's going to be 4 years, but it's going to go quick. So I'm looking forward to shooting that video and showing it to you when it's done. It's going to be a sweet 16, and it's going to be masterful. It's going to be masterful. So, like I said, go ahead and do all that fancy stuff there, like I said earlier, and I'm going to leave you with this. Be diligent. Know your music. If you don't know your music, you can't be a KDJ, because you're going to have to learn how to hear. Because once that music stops, and Carafun 2 don't tell you when it stops. Once that music stops, unless you got somebody lined up to go next, and even you do, you should push play. Push play, and then if you have to fade out the song, that's okay. So, anyway, at the right point in time. Technically, if you're going to do it that way, do it on the first. Drop it on the first, and basically end up in and out quick, as quick as you can. So if somebody comes up to you and says, now it's all COVID, so it's going to be a little different. And I'm going to basically put tape on the floor and show them what I want them to do, and set the little table up with all the fancy devices I got to put on there. And we're going to go, and I'm going to show you how to keep everything legit. So, and even in this post, I'm going to tell you this. It's not over. It's definitely not over. It's going to be a fight. But we need to keep our guards up. Remember, we are not the police, but we are a friend. And if you can't get what I'm saying when I say that, be a friend to your client. Pass on good judgment. Peace.